permit.
We didn't approach the desk or the counter or the glass until he called us over, and his way of approaching us was, get off the phone. We didn't even come up to you guys. We had no intention of talking to you.
Okay.
I mean, we would have been in and out in 60 seconds. We just wanted artwork at the front because you can't get it online. The best you can get is Google Street. And not for nothing, Google Street goes everywhere that is public and legal to film, and Google Maps went right up to your front door.
And you want to know the only right that you have?
So I'm assuming Google got permission in order to do that.
But they don't have to get permission if it's public. And secondly, I call, but it doesn't really matter because it's public. Let me ask you a question. Would you have to ask me permission to drive down that road? Of course not. It's public.
You need a driver's license to drive
right.
down that road.
If I took your picture
So
and
you
you
need
asked me to
something
not
to drive
post
down
it,
that road, right?
would I have a right? I would be able to post your picture if I wanted. You don't need a release. It's public. There's zero expectation of privacy in public. The wiretap laws in Massachusetts were found unconstitutional. They were repealed in 2018. So now you can audio record people. If it's in public, it's legal. If I'm at your house, I'm violating your personal privacy, I'm surveilling you, and I'm subject to arrest. Okay. So for example, Middleton Jail, right? Yeah. Middleton Jail is privately contracted, so there's a little bit of a dispute there, but this is DOC. Okay. This is state of Massachusetts. Even the state police said, I can't send someone out there because there's no issue. You're doing a constitutionally protected activity. And he goes, you weren't in like any behind gates, walls? I said, no, we're in the information center. And he goes, I mean,
well, we'll have to. All right, so we'll have to call the Walpole PD.
Please do.
We'll talk to the Walpole PD, and we'll find out, what.
Because I mean, we could have followed him right back in there, but he said, "Hang on a second." So we're trying to work not for nothing. It's kind of silly because we come in.
When all of a sudden you see 3 individuals or whatnot come here and they start recording things without permission, nobody knows about it, it throws up a red flag, and of course we're going to react. Why are you guys recording? What are you doing?
Right, but your job's to de-escalate. Maybe instead of like screaming at us, you just come up and have a conversation. No, not you. Okay, so that's a poor classification. I'm saying when we entered, we were approached the way that we were approached. So that was kind of the issue, because I would have been happy to tell you, hey, we're just working on a story. We're not, even if we won years, so we're not obviously here to cause a problem for you guys. We're just filming. So, and you've been really nice, and if it's an issue with policy where you're not aware, then that's great, because we're journalists, so this is why we do this. You know what I mean, man?
No problem. Just please inform them that this is a public place and we're allowed to. We have freedom of the press.
Got it. I'll be with you in a minute, all right?
He's going to talk to them first.
Hey, thank you, officer. We're actually waiting over there.
Can you do me a favor? Can you just
back up off the roadway?
Yeah. You're on the roadway.
Yeah, you're right.
So we called state. We spoke to.
Listen, they're not looking for a problem, but I guess you were causing a little bit of a disturbance.
No,
we weren't even talking.
We have it all on film.
Were you videotaping?
We had everything on film.
Yeah.
We weren't even speaking.
And we called beforehand,
so
and then we called state police.
They have signs posted, no videotaping.
That's fine.
They have vehicles subject to search signs.
So
those are not laws.
This is DOC property. It's state property. They're asking you to leave right now.
Oh my God.
If you could remain across the street for them just to keep the peace.
Officer, are you a law enforcement officer or a policy enforcement officer?
No, I'm a law enforcement officer.
There's no law that states you can't film in a public place. On state property, they can ask, but we can refuse.
Okay. So
we're just working on a story.
Least, can you stay up
It's
off the roadway? Can you stay up off the roadway? Because when I arrived, you were in the middle of the road. So.
Yes.
Well, yeah, we were talking to them, but you can ask Officer Carville. We were standing off on the grass. We were not blocking the roadway.
I understand.
And we contacted, before you guys showed up, we contacted police because I wanted to know, no one could tell me who has jurisdiction here. And my question is, if I'm not issued a trespass, I'm pretty sure that I'm correct. Okay. That if I'm not issued a trespass, I'm not trespassing. And we're going in there to film. We're not in any secure access points.
But is there any signs that say no videotaping?
There's a sign in the...
Gentleman, this officer told me that
there might be a sign. There might be a policy, sir. Okay. But policy is not law.
The sign that we did see says vehicles are subject to search upon entering there, but we didn't have time to look at any signs because as soon as you walked in, we were screamed at.
Figure it out. It's DOC property. Just stay off this roadway.
Who funds DOC?
Okay, it's state property.
So who funds the state?
Okay, it's state property.
Oh my God! All for guys with cameras.
Well, this is.
And the other issue, she said it's a
Walpole, Norfolk. You're right on the Walpole, Norfolk town line.
So Officer Van Ness. So she, excuse me, Sergeant.
That's all right.
So she said that this has been a continuing problem, but we've never been here before.
I don't know. I think other correctional facilities, people have come to record and.
This issue is a general problem.
Correct.
Okay, because we were in there. It's not like we were in there for what, 30 seconds? We walk down.
I wasn't out there.
Oh, you were
when
in
you guys
there.
came in.
You know, and not for nothing. I don't have to give any information, but we didn't approach them. We're not up to words. There's no expectation of privacy in public, and I have that phone call recorded as well.
When I arrived, like I told you,
You're
can't
hearing,
stand,
yeah.
and you can't stand on the roadway. You got to keep this roadway open to
Correct.
public. Okay.
Right. Well, we were only there because well, I believe you were the first on the scene, right?
I was.
In the K9 unit.
No, that's somebody else.
Okay, so the officer in the K9 unit, we were actually on the side of the road when the state police said, "Who's the officer there?" Okay. The only reason we walked to the roadway is because the state officer wanted to know what their issue was, and he's like, "What you're telling me doesn't sound like an issue." So we asked him on speakerphone again, "What's going on? What seems to be the problem?" And he said the same thing. He's like, "I can't even send anyone down there because what you're doing is not against the law."
Okay.
So that's why we were there, because at that point the state trooper was talking, and then that officer arrived, and he said, "Just hang tight right here. I'm gonna go check in with them." So that's the only reason that we were there in the first place.
Let me speak to them again. I came in late on this, as you know.
I mean, if you're giving me a lawful command under the threat of arrest to say
she's
that's the
asked you to
case,
leave, so let me.
and we did. We were not. We were on.
Let me talk. Let me talk.
Where does public property, the state of the city of Walpole, start and the state end? We believe 3 feet
you're
off
on the line of Norfolk Walpole, and this is DOC property, state property.
Because we were standing on the grass up there by that sign, thinking that we were out of. So we're going to obey her lawful command until.
Make a movie. We wanted to do a documentary.
Which is the case.
You know, things like that. And there's other people that might be doing things for bad intentions.
And you know, we didn't even have the ability to get that.
Maybe hurt people.
We didn't have the point to even talk to that, because instead of being like, "What are you guys doing? Is it a story? Are you doing this?" Like, because obviously we're not filming officers and checkpoints. The first interaction is put that camera down, screaming at us, and then she comes out and tells us it's a lawful command, we're trespassing. So if you're going to de-escalate, that doesn't seem like a good way to get a point across, because right now I'm talking to you like I've not been rude to you, right? I've been.
We're having a normal conversation.
You know, I'm pretty sure that I can do that, and I could do it anyways. But I'm trying to work with you, because what I'm trying to do as press is bridge the gap.
And my thing is, like I told you, is that there's signs posted over there, all right. But
we go
the Department of Correction does not want you to record in the lobby on state property.
We go to the Department of Correction.
So as far as going back in the lobby and starting to record and things like that, you can do that with the permission of the state of Massachusetts Department of Corrections. Without that permission, we can't stand there and say we give you permission. We have to go by the policy and procedure, and we have to tell you, hey, please leave and stop recording.
Right.
You know?
So CO Carville.
If you guys want to stand over there, if you guys want to,
46 subsection 98, and I'm very aware, states that all law enforcement has to identify.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure. All right. I mean, I normally don't answer questions, but we're having I appreciate this interaction.
Right? Your friend here, I'm assuming you guys are friends, right?
Yeah.
Your friend doesn't like wearing shoes inside the house, right? Mm-hmm. So when you come over to his house, you know that he doesn't like anybody wearing shoes in his house, or he says, "Hey, listen, you mind taking your shoes off for me?" As a friend, as a human being, as a good person, you say, "Yeah, no problem." I respect that, right?
Correct. A person.
So it's this.
But I do agree that
come onto our property, and I.
Well, his property would be private, yours is public. But the thing is, at the end of the day, it's a request. I could honor a request, but here's the thing: it starts with me just giving you my ID for no lawful purpose, and it ends with a revolution. You know what I mean? Like, these are our rights; they're your rights; they're our rights together, right? You have a badge, you defend an oath, and it starts with a small infringement on those rights, and ends with a whole bunch of violations.
Why you want to talk about a revolution?
No, I'm saying that like it's like that's what I'm saying. My point being is that
all we're asking is if you could please not.
Have you been for this? You stand for that. That's all I'm saying.
All
you know
we're
what I
asking
mean?
is if you could please not go into the lobby and
that's
record.
Well, that's why we're talking to the police.
We were gonna leave, but now we're just trying to prove a point. Because look what you guys just did. These officers are not cheap, okay? They charge a lot for the job that
Excuse me for one moment, officer.
And we're all paying for it. Look how many cops we have here. There's like $500,000 in salary right there.
God, we have all these cops.
Yeah, but you know what? They should be looking for a criminal right now, not guys with cameras.
Because you guys shoot bullets, I shoot frames per second, and a nice smile.
I'm pretty sure if they had something else to respond to, they would do so.
Yeah, but look, right now there could be a crime in progress.
Oh, on video. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, sir. So
appreciate it, man.
We're good to film inside?
So here's the thing, okay, just a couple.
I'm just approaching you because I can't hear you very
I got
well.
you, I'll come to you, man.
Okay, thank you.
Here's what's gonna happen. You go to your lobby, you wanna record, do whatever you gotta do, as long as you're not getting people's faces, being, you know, rude to people who are obviously going in there, conduct their business.
Yeah.
You do what you got to do.
Dude,
you know what I mean?
Dude, you're the best.
All right.
Yeah, right on.
Just please be respectful.
Nice.
That's what we got to do. You know what I mean? And we don't want this. Obviously.
You want to know something? As soon as we walked in there, they were screaming at us. He was pissed.
I got you.
We
I got you.
never,
Listen.
you know, I know exactly what they're
Everybody
sorting. I know what they're sorting.
Thank you for honoring your oath, man.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. I usually don't give my name, but my name's Josh. I want to introduce myself because you guys are.
Yeah, we don't have an
we
issue. Just
appreciate
don't
that.
cause a disturbance in there and keep this open.
You know, don't do
You know what
anything like
offends
this.
me right now, though? That there's a lot of you guys right here.
Yep.
You guys should be actually looking for, you know.
And you're good
other
cause.
names.
We don't know what's
This
going on,
constitutionally
buddy.
protected activity.
I got you.
You know,
Came
you know
into,
what?
like I said,
You
we're
guys-
right on
No,
the
you're doing your job.
You guys get a
That's
good, you guys get a
understandable.
good salary. How much is all these salaries right here combined? Come on, more than $500,000 for sure.
And the thing is, I'm not obtuse to what they're saying. You do have, like, when you have guys coming into a facility, and this isn't county jail, they have everything from arson to murder. You see people with cameras poking around. It's like, well, we have not only the facility prisoners, we have a community to protect. So I get that, but the issue is like, let's just talk about it, bridge the gap. Don't just come at us, threaten with us, arrest
And
and
there certainly
scream.
is a gap that needs to be bridged, and
And it's officers like you that are doing that.
Yeah, well, I appreciate
a sergeant,
it. I
excuse
appreciate
me.
You guys are very constitutional.
So I wonder if they learned something today.
I think we provided a free education for you guys.
Valuable lesson. Well, we're gonna hold down the fort just until they leave.
Cool.
How do you got all that helmet gear and stuff on? You must be baking like a brownie, brother.
The sun's not out.
Jesus.
Well, like the Secret Service said, they
How's it going, Sarge?
You just cost the state some money. How do you feel? We tried to explain it.
Officer Carville. Hey,
One of the guys that's supposed to make sure that people do the
So
right
we're
thing.
gonna call
Do the wrong
and we're gonna speak to Sergeant Nelson, and we're gonna escalate it up the chain of command. That's what we're gonna have to do.
You should. Why would he treat us like that, dude? What's his problem? And,
I mean, so hopefully we can get a-
To accept a complaint from. Look at.
Hopefully we can get a supervisor out here. So can I have your name, please?
Yes, you do.
Chapter 46, subsection 98, you're a law enforcement officer or contracted by the state of Massachusetts, specifies by Mass state law and regulations that when asked by a citizen or approach, you must identify yourself by police ID number, badge number, and or name.
Badge number.
Also
Okay,
upheld
what's your
by your
badge number?
departmental policy. If I, look at my glasses, would you tell that to the judge if someone had a disability? I'm asking you to tell me your badge number.
3310. That's fine.
What is 3310?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
really, it's really small.
Okay.
And what was yours, officer?
Do you know Officer Carville?
Oh, okay, thank
Have you worked with him before?
Because you're actually supposed to identify him too. Him.
Yeah. Have you worked with
Or
Officer
you're
Carville
breaking
before?
policy. So the only person that's been breaking policies right now is you.
Yeah, we just need complaint forms. Do you think you can grab one for us or contact your supervisor? I
You
think.
can contact. the
Okay, so how are we
corrections.
going to have them know that the problem that we had was with you? If
You
you're,
can
if,
call the DOC headquarters
Yeah.
on Monday morning.
and give them what information?
Give them all the information.
3310, no problem. But you're supposed to identify him too. As a law, you're considered law enforcement as well. So if you see a person, your job is to make sure people are doing the right thing in here.
There we go.
So it's very critical that one of you guys is doing the wrong thing and you're.
And he took his name tag off. What is he doing wrong? The only time I hide something I'm doing if I did something wrong.
The only people that
Are you
hide-
filming? I'm just gonna call. All right, guys. So they learned a valuable lesson today. We went in. They said that we were trespassing, even though we haven't been provided a trespass notice, and they gave us a lawful command to leave. Now, yes, we could have just stayed there, but here's the thing: they could have charged us with disorderly conduct. Had the police come pick us up, we would have had to fight it in court. There would have been no educational value. There would have been no learning experience. So we took that lawful command because we knew it was unlawful. It violated our civil rights because they made us leave a public place funded by public tax dollars because we were practicing a constitutionally protected activity. So I'll take that unlawful command every day so that way I can go back in, because it hurts them way more when we walk back in and make them look stupid than it does if we get arrested. So they want to take off their name tags. They want to not ID. All right, guys, please don't call MCI Cedar Junction and let them know about that officer with the badge number listed below. Please do not call the phone number on the screen. Again, please don't call and let them know how they did. Please don't. And that's the reason we stopped you today.